Okay, let's kick off with a battle of the sexes. So, men, give me a cheer.
Yay!
Women, give me a cheer. Yay! Men, roar like a lion. Women, roar like a lion. Straight away. Let's try one more. Men, make the sound you make when you fake an orgasm. Women, make the sound you make when you fake an orgasm. We have a winner. Wow, you didn't make any sound. You did make a sound. No, you didn't. No. You've never faked an orgasm before. Well, hang around, baby. Tonight might be a lucky night. I've never faked an orgasm before because I was brought up as a Catholic. But I'm not a Catholic anymore. I'm an atheist. Have we got any atheists in? Yay, atheists, say amen. Growing up in my house. Growing up in my house, Jesus was a big deal, right? For my mum, he was like a god. So I could never... I could never tell my mum I'm an atheist. She'd be so disappointed she would die. And then after she died, disappointed again. Right, so I grew up in Malta, which is a tiny little island just south of Italy, very Mediterranean. My parents still live there. My mum is, you know, the old woman puppet in the Domio adverts? That's my mum. And my dad... My dad is really chilled out. When I was 4, I was diagnosed with having a lazy eye. This eye, it's a lazy eye. This is the only eye that does anything. This eye, pointless and embarrassing. It's like, it's the Prince Andrew of my face, right? And actually, we went to the doctor about it, and the doctor told my dad, we could operate if you want to. And my dad's like, ugh, do we have to? I've got 3 kids, 5 good eyes. I think that's a good record. My wife loves the fact that her husband has got a lazy eye. She uses it as an excuse not to give money to charity. She tells people she's already doing her bit. He loves drinking, my dad, as well. He can't understand people who don't drink, right? And he called me recently because he wants to come to London. I live in London. He wants to come to London, rent a car, and drive around. He said, Cyclops is what he calls me. He's like Cyclops, what will be the punishment if I get caught drink driving? And I was like, I don't know, Dad, because when I drink, I don't drive, right? There was silence on the phone for about 30 seconds, and he says, just because you moved to London, you think you're better than us. And I know where he's coming from, because in Malta, get this, in Malta, drink driving is actually legal. This is true, yeah. Malta's an independent country where it doesn't rain and you can drink and drive. It's literally all the things Scotland wishes it could be. And the European Union, they don't like this, right? Because people get run over all the time. And so they've been putting a lot of pressure on the Maltese government to do something. And so the Maltese government have been thinking, what can we do? And they don't want to introduce any anti-drink driving laws because that would be a bit too crazy. So instead, they came up with the best education campaign in history, right? And they came up with this slogan, and they used it on newspapers and billboards everywhere. Simple slogan. It's just this. It is, if you are going to drink, drive slowly. Yeah, it's mental. I'm married, guys. I've been married for 10 years. Yeah, thanks for that cheer. Yeah. It's not a happy marriage. You think after 10 years there wouldn't be secrets, right, between man and his wife, right? Yeah. A few weeks ago, I found in my wife's underpants drawer an 18-inch vibrator. That's exactly the sound she makes when she uses it. 18, that's a crushing thing for a guy to find, right? Obviously, I confronted her about it. I was like, what's this? I thought you were happy with me and my penis. Still am, so sometimes I just need something a bit smaller. Makes up for the lazy eye. That's what she calls Cyclops, mate, yeah. You know, I'm lucky to be in a relationship. A mate of mine, he got divorced last year, and he became really bitter, right? He became a dick. He turned against women completely. He actually said these words to me. He said, chicks, eh? If they didn't have tits, I'd throw rocks at them. Fucking hell, exactly, mate. He is in prison now. He got arrested outside Keira Knightley's house. Right, so like I said, I grew up in Malta, but I didn't spend all my childhood there. I did a bit of time over here as well. I went to school here in England. I went to school with a kid called Richard. Richard's dad, right, worked for the BNP. Richard had this horrible guy. He believed that he was racially and intellectually superior. Ironically, he couldn't spell the words racially, intellectually, or superior. Anyway, Richard's dad came into school one day and he beat up our geography teacher, who was a Muslim, right? He beat him up. Not only was it the scariest day ever at school, it's also the last day that parents were allowed to come into class to show us what they did for a living. And we didn't have geography for 3 months after that, right? Because our geography teacher was in hospital for 3 months. And years later, I bumped into Richard in a pub, and he had become exactly like his horrible racist dad. The first thing Richard said to me was, I can't even recognise my own country. And I couldn't help but think, well, maybe if you had those 3 months of geography. You guys have been lovely. I've been Steve. Good night, everybody.